live in the house I was born in, right here in Nocatee, that my dad built, and it's 100 years old. And his name was B.F. Wilson. And I played in this churchyard. My Sunday school class that I was in was right behind the pulpit here. That was where my mother taught the Sunday school lessons. And I shared a lot of time with them when they had the missionary societies. Climbed up, rang the bell when I wasn't supposed to. On Tuesday, when I was either 4 or 5 years old. And they would banister thing across here at that time, and a pair of steps went up to where you could get to ring the bell. And we kids would run up and down them steps, but they were worried about the banister being over there, maybe we'd fall over on the floor. And my mother brought me to church, and in a basket that I still have at home when I was only a week or two old, to teach her Sunday school class. And her name was Lucy Whittle. And she was a member of this church the whole time that they were in Florida. We even went to church from the old church before they tore it down when they were building it. Right over there next to where I live. And I have enjoyed being here with you. I crippled up a whole lot. And I'll be 91 years old, the 23rd of next month.
Amen. Amen.
Maybe I'm speaking out of turn when I say this. If so, me and Myrtle will get it straight after the service, okay? But Sabrina and I went by to see her last week, I think, week before. This lady can touch her toes. This lady can put her hands out like this and kick up and touch her hands. I mean, for 91 years old, she is in absolutely unbelievable shape. I'll tell you what.
Amen.
That's what God will do for you.
I was baptized here, saved here. My daddy was. My mama was. My daddy went to church here when he was a boy. And all of that history, I ain't been to church since. And I've been praying like, well, I gotta go to church. And now, I guess the Lord just had to tear it down to make me go to church. So there's good things comes out of bad things.
Amen. Amen.
And I'll be coming to church and do everything I can to help getting the other one going.
My name is Ann Kingsley Bursa. My children and I came to church with my deceased husband here in the 80s. And I attended Sunday school, sang in the choir. My girls sang with the Heavenly Five. And I have to say that Virginia McCall and Cindy Kiner were two of the best Sunday school teachers I've ever had the privilege to sit under.
Someone else.
I'm Ray Dennison, and I was saved and baptized here. Brother Waters, one of the bushes that all of us young people was glad to see come down was that myrtle bush that used to sit right out front there. Because our mothers used to know how to get on them off of that thing pretty quickly. And I almost was killed right up there on a Sunday morning when I volunteered my mother to be the junior choir leader without asking her first. So after I left here, I became a Baptist minister myself and pastored a church in Alabama. And it was a small church, and it always reminded me of my home. I'm sorry to see this one go, but we're looking forward to what's coming.
I'm I'm going to have to be a bad guy here. Let's do one more, and then we've got some special music and a sermon. Okay, and we want to finish up, around noon. Just a reminder, after we eat in the fellowship hall, I believe the plan is to come back here if you'd like to, have some more singing, we can have some more testimony time, that sort of thing. Charlie?
I'm Charlie Watts. I'm one of the original Heavenly Five. We had a great time singing, and one of the greatest memories that I have is my wife told me I had to stand up and say something, so this is what she gets. She saw me for the first time come through those choir doors while she was sitting out here, and her thought was, who is So she got the luckiest and the best looking thing that ever come out of this church.
She even like the Tony, see what you say.
That's why I have the mic. But I just, just thinking of my childhood and growing up, and just going out with Royce for our age, and watching him throw us into briars and try to drown us in the creeks, and all those things, and working with the children and seeing some of the kids in this church that were in my children's church that are now having kids, that have kids old enough to have kids, which is terrible. But one of the greatest things that the Lord taught me was to always follow Him. And I believe it's because of what I was taught here that He led me into the ministry where I'm preaching now for a Methodist church. And it's great to serve the Lord and to see what's coming out of this church. And I was reading this morning on Facebook a post that Aaron put, and I just to think that we still have a great future, to see young people grow up and just share the message of Christ, that have the love of God in their heart, that realize the importance of a church, and that's because of what's been taught in this place. And I thank God today for First Baptist Church of Hockey.